Welcome back to Poems in Time of Plague. Tonight, Joseph Hilaire René Belloc was born in 1870 just outside Paris, a few days before the start of the Franco-Prussian War. He did, however, spend much of his life in England, popping off his clogs in 1953 in Guildford. He was a noted debater and had a long-standing feud with many public figures, such as H. G. Wells, but is most well known for his series of cautionary tales for children, of which this is one. Later editions were illustrated to even greater renown by Edward Gorey. As a dark reflection on this poem, Hilaire died from burns and shock after he fell into a fireplace while placing a log at his home in Sussex. Matilda, who told lies and was burnt to death. Matilda told such dreadful lies it made one gasp and stretch one's eyes. Her aunt, who from her earliest youth had kept a strict regard for truth, attempted to believe Matilda. The effort very nearly killed her, and it would have done so had she not discovered this infirmity. For once, towards the close of day, Matilda, growing tired of play, and finding she was left alone, went tiptoe to the telephone, and summoned the immediate aid of London's noble fire brigade. Within an hour, the gallant band were pouring in on every hand, from Putney, Hackney, Downs and Bow, with courage high and hearts aglow. They galloped, roaring through the town, "Matilda's house is burning down," inspired by British cheers and loud proceedings from the frenzied crowd. They ran their ladders through a score of windows on the ballroom floor, and took peculiar pains to souse the pictures up and down the house, until Matilda's aunt succeeded in showing them they were not needed, and even then she had to pay to get the men to go away. It happened that a few weeks later her aunt was off to the theatre to see that interesting play, The Second Mrs. Tanqueray. She had refused to take her niece to hear this entertaining piece, a deprivation just and wise, to punish her for telling lies. That night a fire did break out. You should have heard Matilda shout, you should have heard her scream and bawl, and throw the window up and call to people passing in the street, the rapidly increasing heat encouraging her to obtain their confidence. But all in vain, for every time she shouted fire, they only answered, "Little liar." And therefore when her aunt returned, Matilda and the house were burned. And with that cheery note, good night.